During the Binance Blockchain Week, a global event held this week in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, Binance CEO Richard Teng gave an exclusive interview to editor João Pedro Mailer, presenting a compelling assessment of crypto's current evolution. In his view, the industry has entered an irreversible phase of mainstream adoption, a process of deep integration with traditional finance marked by institutional maturity, structured regulation, and mass-scale adoption. This transformation, according to Teng, represents not just a shift in perception, but a structural redefinition of crypto's role in the global economy. Teng took the helm of Binance in 2023 at a critical juncture for the exchange, following a landmark settlement with the U.S. Department of Justice that concluded a prolonged investigation into violations of anti-money laundering and anti-terrorism financing laws. Since then, his leadership has been guided by a clear mandate of regulatory compliance, aiming to position Binance not as a disruptor outside the system, but as a strategic partner to governments, central banks, and traditional financial institutions. Our priority isn't just to innovate responsibly, he stated. He emphasized that, over the past 2 years, the industry has made unprecedented qualitative leaps. What was once seen as a fringe market dominated by speculators and decentralized communities is now being embraced by global financial giants. The approval of spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs in the US in 2024 was cited as a cornerstone of this new era, paving the way for trillions of dollars in assets under management to enter the ecosystem legally. The entry of players like BlackRock, Fidelity, and Citadel has not only legitimized the market, but transformed Bitcoin into an institutional-grade store of value, comparable to gold or sovereign bonds. Teng highlighted the central role of the United States in this historic shift. After years of ambiguity, and at times outright hostility, the country has actively sought to become the global capital of crypto. This strategic pivot has been materialized through concrete regulatory milestones, such as the ETF approvals and the signing of the Genius Act, legislation designed to provide clear and safe regulation for stablecoins. The U.S. realized that instead of fighting innovation, it's more strategic to lead it, Teng said. Moreover, Teng addressed one of the most persistent misconceptions about the sector: the association between crypto and illicit activity. He noted that, according to data from the U.S. government and firms like Chainalysis, less than 0.3% of all on-chain transaction volume is linked to crime. By contrast, the traditional financial system moves approximately $2 trillion annually in money laundering. Per IMF estimates, blockchain technology is actually one of the most transparent tools ever. Every transaction is public and immutable. That's the opposite of the opacity of the traditional banking system, he argued. Looking ahead, Teng forecasts that 2026 will be a year of consolidation and expansion across 2 key fronts: global payments and real-world asset tokenization. Binance, he said, is heavily investing in solutions enabling instant, low-cost, and interoperable transactions across chains. With a focus on emerging markets where financial systems are fragile or inaccessible, simultaneously, the tokenization of securities, real estate, commodities, and even intellectual property rights will accelerate, turning illiquid assets into 24/7 tradable instruments on global markets. In this context, Latin America has emerged as a strategic region for the company's plans. Teng revealed that 3 Latin American countries rank among the world's top 20 in crypto adoption, with Brazil rising from 10th to 5th place globally in less than a year, driven by clear regulation, stablecoin adoption, and widespread use in remittances and everyday payments. Latin America is no longer a peripheral market. It's a laboratory for inclusive financial innovation, he stated. When asked about rumors of a potential Binance IPO, especially amid a wave of exchange listings in the U.S., Teng refrained from making any announcement. Any decision about going public must be carefully evaluated in consultation with our shareholders and with a long-term focus. Though we're not chasing trends, we're building a legacy, he replied prudently. Finally, he stressed that Binance's current priority is to bring the next billion users into crypto, not with promises of miraculous returns, but through security, education, and accessible products. Our mission has always been to democratize access to the digital economy. Now more than ever, that means ensuring every new user enters a safe, regulated, and genuinely useful ecosystem, he concluded. In summary, Teng's interview in Dubai was more than a management update, it was a manifesto for the future of money. And in this new chapter, cryptocurrencies have ceased to be a threat to the system and instead become the foundational infrastructure upon which the next generation of financial services will be built. The era of marginality is over. The era of mainstream adoption and responsibility has begun.